I bought myself an RODI system, and I don't have a place to set it up in my house. What does one do? Stay tuned, and I'll show you how I solve this problem. So the first thing I had to do was make a rack to hang this system on. So I planted a 4x4 in some concrete, made myself a wall system out of some scraps, and at the tops I inserted some little screws that go inside some little holes that hang on the back of the metal frames of the RODI system. And there you can see the screws. This system also has a TDS on it as well. I have jugs or barrels outside that I run my water in. I have wastewater and I also have RODI water. Now I also in addition have 2 blue jugs, and these are jugs that I keep just for the shrimp, and I fill them up first and then I bring them inside and I mix my chemicals as I need them for either Neo, Caridina, or Caridina. Since this system is outside, I had to hook it up to a garden hose. So while I was ordering the system, I also ordered this adapter to hook it to a regular garden hose. Easy peasy. And as you can see, there it is. It's all hooked up, ready to go. Now one thing you need to do, turn your water on gently. Don't try to blow the pressure up to start with. Let it come on, kick in, and you can see as things start engaging, because the actual cords and all will move. After the pressure, as you turn it up, you'll see the pressure gets up. You need at least 60 psi to run this machine, they say. And as you can see, I have plenty. And the better your pressure, the less amount of wastewater. So the black line, as you can see, going into the jug with an extender because it wasn't quite long enough, is my wastewater. And since this is a water saver system, I get basically 1 for 1. It is not too far off. I run the RODI water into the jugs first and I fill those up. Once they're completely full, I then add them to the barrels on the left side. That's my ROD side, and the right side is my wastewater side. And I like to fill all 4 barrels. And after I fill them, I cap them, keep the skeeters out, and my water is ready whenever I need it. Now it's outside. So what is a girl to do? I've got to have that water in the house to fill up my aquariums. So what do? You just run a hose inside the house where I have this big white barrel sitting inside my utility room. And then I'm going to pack the crack in the window to keep the hot air out and the cool air in. I have a pump outside to push this water up a good 15 feet head. And the nice thing about this pump, it comes with this handy dandy controller. And the water comes up into the house and drops into this white container. Look at all that nasty sediment. I put in ROD water, 2/3, and then I just pump in my tap water, which is my wastewater, for the other third. And I like to make this little sticker on the side of my tank so I can keep an idea about, oh, that's 2/3, and when the water gets that, I'll switch it from the RODI and finish topping it off with the wastewater side. At this point, it's still easy. And sitting on top of this jug is my pump and my lines to pump it from that jug into my tanks. Since I had a problem with some stylists recently, I have so many hoses and so many pumps, I don't want anything to touch anything else. So I have made lines for each tank to drain them, and I have a power head inside each tank that each line goes to. And that way I don't have any cross-contamination. I run my dirty tank water into a muck bucket type thing that holds about 20 gallons, and then I just pump it outside and water the grass. And yes, it's a little overkill, but it makes sure I don't pass things along. Now this is the part that goes to the intake of the water when I am putting it in the aquarium. And I use these two little PVC hangers to hook it on the side, and then it comes out the long extension, and it can go into the tank without any of the PVC touching the water. And there's my pump that I drop in this white bucket and pump it out from there to there. So yes, I do have a lot of pumps involved, but it makes it easier and less time consuming switching pumps from the outside to the inside, blah, blah, blah. Now my wastewater, before I mix it into this white bucket inside, I give it some conditioner because it still has chlorine in it, and I'm on a system. So I do give the jug that I'm pumping into the house, I treat the whole jug with Safe or Prime, whichever one I'm using, and then I pump it up and use it in the house. I also use this water to fill up my ponds to top them off that are on the outside of the house. So this water gets put to use. And if nothing else, it goes to the garden. So by doing this, I use my wastewater for gardening, filling up ponds. It just does not go to waste, and all my RODI water gets used in the aquariums. So the system doesn't lose anything for me. So that's the way that I solve my problem.